Old men destroy young, cocky fighters. I think one of the saddest things in life is having to see people you grew up watching get old. But you know, one thing that can always make up for that? Having to see that they still have the energy they always had, and in this case, can still whoop ass. Now, you may not have grown up, sure it'll bring tears to your eyes to see that they still got the thunder. So in today's video, we'll be bringing you a list of old men who schooled some young, cocky fighters. So grab a snack and enjoy. Fabricio Werdum. First on our list is the old fighter Fabricio Werdum, born in 1977 and started fighting professionally in 2001 at the age of 24. And throughout his career, he used the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique and has been the winner of the ADCC Submission Wrestling World Championship. Accolades due. Let's get into it. Werdum in 2019 at the age of 42 fought against the Mauler Alexander Gustafsson, both of them being in the heavyweight division. And being the legend he is, the match didn't last past the first round. At the beginning of the match, Gustafsson started off aggressive, throwing hands left, right, and center. Funny how he thought that it was the easiest way to take down Werdum. All Werdum had to do was study the environment with his feet, while Gustafsson saw it as an opportunity to throw some light punches. But he was taken by surprise as Werdum locked his legs. Gustafsson tried all he could to get away from the grip, but he was chased down and soon locked into submission. And the match was over just like that. Bernard Hopkins. Bernard is one very successful fighter with a very long career that lasted from 1988 to 2016 at the age of 51. But 2 years before his retirement, he had his last successful match against Bebu, and in no time defeated him for the light heavyweight title. The fight was at a very methodical pace, so the first rounds were quite slow. However, when it got to the last round, Hopkins went for it with a mighty punch, pulling off a spectacular performance. Based on the judge's decision, Hopkins won the match, and after his last match, which he lost at 51, he decided to step down. Anderson Silva. Next, we have Anderson Silva, age 45, and a champion in Taekwondo, Muay Thai, and Capoeira. This man is known for his longest title reign in UFC history and held on to that title for about 2,457 days. That's approximately 7 long years. Silva kept a winning streak of 16 consecutive matches. The match with Derek Brunson was his 4th last match and one where he showed the youngster how great of a fighter he was. It lasted 3 rounds. Known for his furious kicks, Silva didn't hesitate to serve them to Derek, but to rest, Couture fought his last match in 2010 against James Toney. The match shocking the bell because there wasn't one to ring. His fight with Randy Couture was his very first, and the legend made sure to school him before going on to retirement the next year. Mark Coleman. Next on our list is the legend, Mark Coleman, who made a mark in MMA by being the very first UFC heavyweight champion. Coleman started off as one of the first amateur wrestlers who used his skills so perfectly. Another chapter of his life and legacy after moving to Japan and winning the 2000 Openweight Grand Prix title, even after facing Igor Vovchanchin, who had a 37-fight winning streak. Now, this win was at the age of 35, so fast forward 9 years later when Coleman re-entered the UFC and had his last win at age 44 against Stephen Bonner at UFC 100. This was one of the most intense fights of the year that ended up very bloody. While Stephen had a shot, Coleman made sure he didn't get his way, so after 3 rounds based on decision, Coleman was announced the winner of the match. Coleman's very last match before his retirement was against our earlier mentioned Randy Couture, both being senior citizens and having the highest combined age in UFC history, with Coleman accounting for 45 of those years. Floyd Mayweather Sr. Here we have another legend, Floyd Mayweather Sr. at age 61. He faced the young boxer Charlie Zelenoff. Just like any other youngster, Zelenoff was quick with his punches and hit him as many times as he could. But if there's anything experience teaches you, it's how to survive. Zelenoff, eager to show off his skills, went on with the punches until the referee stepped in so Floyd could have some space to breathe. And well, I think that's what he needed, because almost immediately he went straight at Zelenoff with jab after jab, while the youngster tried to escape to the point of leaving the ring. However, the match hadn't come to an end, The youngster went on making fun of his age, but that definitely wasn't a good idea because the old man made sure to show that it's wrong to disrespect your elders, giving punch after punch till Zelenov gave up and ran out of the ring. Ernesto Bergamesco. And lastly, we have an 86-year-old retired boxer, Ernesto Bergamesco, a professional boxer from Italy who, despite his knee issue, still gave a good fight against the 26-year-old MMA boxer. Judging by the age and the old man's looks, the young boxer was completely convinced that he could take out the old man. He stepped into the ring and raised a challenge, and the old man accepted. But a few minutes in, the youngster could barely land a punch as Ernesto perfectly dodged all of his attempts. And that was when the old man planted 2 jabs on him. The youngster, still convinced he had a shot, went for it one more time, but he was met with great doom as Ernesto gave him a quick left hook, and he was down, straight to the ground. The youngster backed up to get some air, but I guess Ernesto was in too deep to stop now, because all he did was continue serving him hot punches. Once the young boxers noticed this wasn't going to end, they stepped in and called the match off. But I'm very certain this will be the last time this younger boxer underestimates anybody at all. Lesson learned. I think all these examples have come up to show us one thing. Old does not mean weak. If an 86-year-old could do so much damage, then that confirms it all. So if you're a boxer and you have a habit of challenging the older ones, then I advise you to stop, because these examples should be proof that you're in for the worst if you try it. Well, folks, that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed the video, do well to let us know by hitting that like button and tell us in the comments section which old boxer you enjoyed the most. If you aren't subscribed, click the red button and ring the notification bell right beside it, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.